Meanwhile, Vertus's son Tyler had arrived at the pinnacle of his career in the financial services business. His father took occasion to explain to him the technology he and Jim Pack had acquired.
He said to me, "This is the product." He reminded me it was made from salt and water, and I was very concerned. At church the following Sunday, I was discussing some of the challenges of some of the members of our congregation. And I had a neighbor friend that we discussed the majority of that meeting, who, despite seeing a number of professionals and trying to solve a challenge that he had a significant issue, they were just not able to really help and find a solution for him. And it was then that this product popped into my mind. I wondered and asked, despite my doubts, could this help? Could this make a difference for him? I called Dad, and he said, "Of course it will help." Now, I didn't have that conviction at the time. He did. And he was willing to get some of that product. We got that product to my neighbor. And from that point forward, I felt confident that I had done my part. And given that I was still doubtful and even fearful, I kind of washed my hands from it. I think it was 3 months later when I received a phone call from the leader of our church. And he said, "Are you sitting down?" And I said, "Don't start a call like that. What's wrong?" And he said, "This is good news. Are you sitting down?" He proceeded then to tell me that he had just received some very good news, that my neighbor, whom we had given this product to months earlier, had received word that he was in fact improving and had improved a great deal. Of course, the question going through my mind was, well, did he drink this stuff? And that was what my church leader told me. He says, "That's why I'm calling. He drank all of it, and he's confident that it's had a huge effect on his situation." I called my neighbor, and I needed for him to tell me what he had experienced. And he was quiet for a minute, as I recall, and said, "Do you have any idea what I think this has done for me and for my family?" He began to tell me things that I've now heard multiple times over from people across all of North America, and how this product helped him and made a difference for his family. Frankly, this was a problem for me. This became a problem for me. It was my first indication that this could be real, this could be meaningful. By this point, Jim and my father had made a significant commitment to this product. They were moving forward. And I started to question kind of what I was doing, and feeling a need to get this product out to the world, watching the impact it was having. And I ultimately resigned in May of 2010 from a significant job, the job I'd spent the better part of 17 years getting to. And it was born of this sense and feeling that this product needed to be given to the world.
I've known Tyler Norton for now over 20 years. He is a person who demonstrates integrity in all aspects of his business. He is able to motivate people to do things that are even beyond what they think they can do.
You know, this came full circle for me about a few months ago. I happened to be out walking, and I looked ahead and saw a family coming towards me on the street. And as they got closer, I realized it was my neighbor that had been benefited by asea. And I happened to be on the phone, and so we weren't able to talk. I kind of waved as we acknowledged each other, and he reached in his back pocket and pulled out a sport pouch of asea, and then kind of subtly bumped his heart. And we didn't say anything, but I understood completely. It brought home the whole purpose of what we're doing.
Now that the product was stabilized, Vertus and Jim began studying distribution models, retail, direct sales, internet, and network marketing. But first, they had a question.
We actually wondered if people would drink a product that didn't taste very good, even if there was a perceived health benefit.
And we said, let's find out. So we decided to find 40 people and create kind of a focus group, and we started giving it to them. We did that for about 2 months, and we said, let's go out and find out where we are with these 40 people. So when we went out and contacted them, we found out that the 40 people had turned into 135, and the product had been shipped to 20 different countries without our knowing it. And we said, well, we've got the answer we wanted. People will, I think, buy this product. When they determine that there is a perceived health benefit, they'll buy it. But in the meantime, we had contacted a friend, someone that Jim Pack knew and we had played golf with. and he was running a very big pharmaceutical company in New Jersey, about $11 billion. And he finally agreed to send a group of people out and spend some time with us and see what we had come up with. So 4 people flew out on a plane, and we met in the conference room we had on the west side of the city for the better part of a day. We spread out all of the research that we had out on a table.
And these gentlemen asked all the right questions. They thoroughly went through all of the science that we had, and as they do that, they'd call back to their headquarters and ask questions. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they came to us, and they said, "We think you've got something really special here. We're going to write you a check that is large enough that you don't want to talk to anyone else. But there's a catch."
And I said, "What's the catch?" And they said, "You've got to shut it down." And I said, "Shut what down?" And they said, "You've got 135 people on this product right now. Shut it down. People have problems all the time, and they deal with them as best they can. You're going to have to walk away." And that kind of took us back a little bit. In fact, I said, "That seems a little harsh to me." And they said, "You want to work with us, you walk away." We said, "Well, we'll let you know." So we ushered them out of the building, and we huddled around the conference table.
We came to realize that this had changed for us from a business play to something very important. This was a cause. This was a responsibility. We'd seen too many people helped by this product. We realized that the only option before us was network marketing. And in that conference room on that day, we made that decision to form a network marketing company.
ASEA LLC opened its doors for business in July 2009 with just a handful of independent associates. Today, there are tens of thousands, and their ranks are growing exponentially every month. In 2012, the company announced its entry into Europe, the first of many international steps to come.
Every company has a vision, but for Vertus and I, our vision is just a little bit different given our age. This is not about making $1 million. This is about changing 1 million lives.
One of my fondest memories is of a Meet ASEA meeting that we held in Lexington, Kentucky. We had a huge group of people that came, very impressive group, and a lot of people coming up talking about what ASEA had done for them personally. But at the end of the meeting, they invited me to come up and gave me a small treasure chest. Wasn't very big, but as you open up the treasure chest, it's filled with letters of gratitude and thanks. It meant a great deal to me. So we came back to Salt Lake City, and I asked our people to go out and find a treasure chest, which we have done, and we have it in the office, and we continue to add letters to it.
I have the privilege of going around the country and talking to people about this product. And it's not uncommon at the end of a meeting to have a group of people line up and want to tell me, and really thank me, but more thank my dad and Jim for what they've done. And as they tell their stories and I get a chance to look into their eyes and sense their sincerity and the realness of what this has done for them, more than once I've had to step out of the room and find a corner in a hotel somewhere where I could compose myself and get myself in order after hearing how sincere and thankful they are for this product.
You know, we started off looking at this as a business opportunity, and as we progressed, it became more of a sense of purpose, but it's much more than that. We're creating a culture here. We're creating a family.
I believe that the heart and soul of this company is represented in our associates. Our associates becoming is as important to us as them making an income. I don't believe you build checks. I believe you build people. And perhaps one of the greatest blessings of my time here at ASEA is embodied in these marvelous, enriching relationships with wonderful people. People that are desirous to improve their lives, share something meaningful with others, make a difference in the world, and become more.